All right, hey guys. So this is Leetcode 404. This is the depth first search series that we're doing. So if you read the problems, you understand it's a pretty simple problem to understand. But the question in this video, I want to add value by kind of describing the geometrical structure of just depth first search and what's so special about this particular problem and what pattern this problem kind of exposes. So if you think about the the question, right, just asking you to sum over these left leaves, which is really easy to understand. So the way to kind of view this in a the geometrics of this problem is like, okay, you got the tree. I mean, which is already a you got the tree. Okay, cool. Well, if you look at the tree, you got like sub problems, right? I mean, depth first search is pretty I mean sub it's all about sub problems. You can dividing this into sub problems, right? So if you look at it like geometric representation would be like, oh, you got this square, which is the biggest sub problem, right? And then you got the left sub problem, and then you got the right sub problem, right? And then yeah, and then you have more over here too. I forgot to draw it. But then what we can do is like, hey, what if we just like flip this? Imagine this was like imagine you're looking this from top down view, right? So it's actually imagine if, yeah. So you imagine this thing is a 3D thing, but you're looking from top down, this square. But now if we look at from like the uh, what side is this? From the side, right? Um, uh, from the side of this cube structure, it would kind of look like this, right? Um, so you got the base, which is the biggest thing, and then you got the other sub problems in this case. So like this is pretty common, and if you do like depth first search on this, so that first search with like backtracking, what you're really doing is literally just like solving each plate or each sub problem over here, and then kind of just backtracking the solution, right? And then this main plate kind of computes, like puts together the sub problems, and then kind of returns the sum to, right? Uh, to its parent or whatever, right? So that's the generic depth first search, right? But this problem is kind of special because uh, it almost requires like the parent node makes a decision whether to accept the backtrack solution or not. So that actually was quite kind of new to me. So if you just look at if you just like isolate one particular node, that like say this is a node and this is the leaf node, right? So in this case, we kind of have to, um, so the leaf node will obviously pass a backtrack solution, right, which is its sum. But the parent node, the top plate, has to make a decision whether to accept the backtrack solution or not, based on who is passing, who is it who based on the state of this left child, which is pretty damn interesting. So yeah, it's not just blindly accepting whatever left child gives you or a right child, the right. So it's not blindly accepting the solution of the left sub problem and right sub problem. It's actually making a conscious decision to whether to accept it or not, which I kind of found interesting about this problem. Um, yeah, so if you look at the code now, so this is the code. This is always the base case, right? If not root 0, and then this goes like, okay, this is just a helper function to check if the node is a leaf or not. And this is the main kind of chunk of the whole problem, really. Like, I mean, if you have done kind of depth research a lot, then you kind of see this pattern a lot, right? But in this problem, what's so special about this problem is like, oh, if it is a leaf node, if it's kind of like making a conscious decision based on the state of the child. So if the state of the child is a leaf, then actually we don't want to accept the backtrack solution. We want to actually just use the value. So I think that's what I'm trying to convey in this picture over here. Don't accept the sum backtrack by this child, but it just like actually pull in the value of the left child and then combine it and then send it to whoever needs it above. So yeah, that's hopefully this has been a new insight that you can kind of perhaps use this to build on new nodes as you explore different Leetcode problems that are related to depth first search. Cool. Thank you.